Let's make a sketchbook together with all the stuff you have lying around. It could be in your recycle bin, it could be in your kids' playroom. We're going to make a fun, easy sketchbook together. For this sketchbook, we grab a couple of pieces of paper. This is just regular A4 paper and it's just regular printer paper. I love working with a slightly thicker paper, but this is just the most simple thing I have, and you will probably have at home as well. So we're going to use this paper. Well, I have about 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. So we're going to make those pages into smaller pages. Put them aside, and I'll just grab one and I fold them in half. Points together and then slide. And then we have to cut here. We can do it with like a cutting machine, but if you don't have a cutting machine, we can do it with something else like a knife. This is an X-Acto knife, or just a regular kitchen knife. Be sure you have a mat, or just a pair of scissors. Just use whatever you have on hand. And you're going to do this for all 4 pages. Well, I'm going to grab my ruler. It's just one from my daughter. It's like, you don't need much. It's just to make art. Yeah, put it in the middle. And then grab my knife. You can also use quilter's knives or just whatever you have. And I'll have 2 pieces of paper. Of course, it would be nice if they were like equal, but if not, it's okay. And then we are going to fold them in the middle again. Make them nice and tight. And I'll do this for this one as well. I'm just going to slide the 2 pieces together, and then we're going to do the same thing for all the pages. Well, I just sped up the video so you won't have to see me slides or cut all the pages. Well, now we have a few pieces of paper, and we are going to have to put them together, and we have to put a cover. I'm going to take like this box of pizza, because this is what I have lying around. And I just want to show you, you don't need much. Again, I'm just going to use this pizza box. You can use a cereal box or whatever you can find in your recycle bin. Or just what you had for dinner. I'm going to cut this up a bit. Yes, well, you can, of course, you can choose which part you like best. But you can also just, like me, grab a piece that just fits the size. And the size has to be a bit bigger than the paper, because we don't want the paper just to peep out the cover. So I think I'm going to use this part. Well, turn it around, because I have to draw on it, and then you want to do it on the back side, because then you won't see it on the cover. So I'm seeing what the size is. I'm measuring it in centimeters, and I'm just grabbing a little bit more, like half a centimeter on top and the bottom. Just because I'm in Holland, that's why I use the centimeters, but feel free to use the inches, maybe a 1/4 inch on top or below. And of course we have to do the width as well. Let me see how many centimeters this is. So this is about 21 centimeters. So I'll take half a centimeter on this side as well. And on that side, just to make it a bit larger than the paper, so they won't peek out. And the cover is actually protecting the sheets that are in there. Okay, now I'm going to connect the dots, like they say. And of course, you don't have to connect the dots. You can also like write down the measurements you made and then just make a square box. For here, I'm just like thinking what will be best, but it's usually I just make it a bit harder for myself than I actually need to. So again, just add a half centimeter on top and bottom. And I'm going to draw them down here. And here. Well, now we have this square, and we can like use a knife to cut it. We can use the scissors to cut it. You can even use the kitchen knife if that's what you have at hand. I think I'll just cut it with this pair of scissors. You know, I love using materials I have lying around at home. I love using the materials that I can reuse, and when I teach others to use their creativity, I love them to use the things I have as well, because of course I love fancy materials, but you get more creative when you just use the things you have at home. And yes, I still buy the fancy materials. I do, because I do love them. But every time when I do a project like this, I remind myself that I really don't have to. You know, I'm going to get a unique sketchbook, because who else has this pizza cover? Well, if you want, you can actually embellish the cover a bit more. Over here, I'm just going to have the pizza cover, and I'm going to fold it in half. Yeah, if I want to use the back side as my front cover, I can do it as well. Now I'm choosing to use the pizza cover. The lactose-free sign is on the outside. It's hard to put this really equal, because it's like a bit more sturdy than the paper, of course. And now we can put the papers in, and we can see if like the size is good enough. Get the pages, yes. Okay, well, this is it, and it looks fine to me. But now we have to have the pages stick to the cover. And I want to have it like centered. Yes, I want to have it. So I'm start by making a hole with this hole punch. If you don't have a hole punch, you can always use like a needle, or like this. It's a passer. That's what it's called in Dutch, but I'm not sure what it's called here in English. Or a corkscrew. That works well, because it has a point. So if you don't have like the professional thing, just use whatever you have at hand. We're going to make 3 holes. Yeah, I can measure it, but well, I don't like measuring it. I like winging it, because you saw with the cover, if I start measuring it, I mean, I'm good with numbers, but I get, for some reason, I just get stuck. So I love winging it like this. I'm putting it down, go to the middle, and I'm making a hole. See if I just got through. I think I did. Yes, I did. And now, of course, we need to have that hole in the cover as well. But I think I'm going to do them first here in the inside. Because when I have them all lined up, then I can just do the 3 holes with those papers in the cover at the same time. And let me see if I went through. Yeah, the thing is, if you have too many pages, you won't go through it as easily. But I think it's working for now. Because I want them folded and I want them all stuck there. Hello, hair, you're in my way. Or actually your way, not my way. I don't even see the hair. You didn't see my head in the video. But since I'm doing the voiceover, I'm just seeing the video and I just comment on what I'm seeing on the video. That's why my gestures with my hands don't always follow what I'm saying. Yes, and now I'm going to put the cover and I'm going to, I can measure it again, but no, I'm just putting it in there and I'm eyeballing it. I want to have them all in place. Yes. Punch a hole. And because I go through the hole that I made with the papers, all the pages, the hole that I punch in the cover will be exactly lined up. Because, yeah, I go through that first holes before as well. Yes, let me see. Go through here. This is no rocket science what I'm doing, but it's just a fun little project just to do. If you want to have your own sketchbook you want to take with you. This is bookbinder's thread. You can use it if you have it. If not, you can use regular rope from the garden or the ribbon you use for your gifts. I think I'm going to try that. Let me see. No, I'm going to use the rope. But here I'm measuring it about 3 times the width of the book. So I have enough room to play with. It's more or less. But like you will see, I'm going to try it with this rope. And then it turns out that the rope is a bit thicker than the holes I made in there. So I'm trying to put it through, but I think it's not really working. Yeah, I'm trying to make it larger. See if I can go through the hole. And of course not, because I'm doing the voiceover. So I actually know it's not going to work because it's splitting. You can still use it, but then use larger holes or a needle to put it through, because then it won't just have those little threads. Yeah, over here you see me deciding what shall I do. Shall I use it? Shall I do it differently? You know, that's what I like, experimenting. So you see that for me it's always just figuring it out. Like you will have to figure it out. Creativity is a journey and you bump into things, but it's for you just to push through or not and see what happens. And of course I would use the thread because that's a lot easier. But for this video, I just want to show you that you can have multiple options for what you have lying around. So that's why I'm now grabbing the ribbon. Yeah. And the fun thing with the ribbon, you can like mold it a bit. And I'm turning it because I have to put it through its tiny, tiny hole. Feel free to speed up this video. Because, yeah, there is going to be some fiddling and some, well, swearing. But you cannot hear it because it's a voiceover. Yes, I'm going to pull it through so it's long enough. And I forgot like to do those 3 times the size. Yep, I'm doing it here. So I cut it, not really at the moment, and I want to, but it doesn't matter. And when I did it through the middle hole, I'm going to now put it from the inside to the outside on one of the holes. For me, I'm doing the right one, but you can do left. See, it's getting easier. And when I do here, pull it through, but not too tight, because you will rip the pages. And yeah, that last thing would probably go through the hole. It's like with sewing. Yeah, I'm going to make a larger hole, and I'm going to go all the way to the other side. And I'm going to put it in the left hand corner. Yes, come on. Pull it out. Yes, and when it's back here, yeah, I'm going to like pull it, make it tight, but not too tight, not to rip the pages again. And now I have to go through the middle corner. Oh, the middle corner, that's not even a word, a middle hole. I have to go through the middle hole, make it a bit wider so I know it'll fit through. Or I can just, use the needle. You won't have to go to this much fuss, ooh, tongue twister, if you just use the needle and thread. But where's the fun in that? And then you wouldn't have seen me struggling. Yes, pull it through. And then turn it over. And we're going to have one end of the ribbon on one side of the middle, the other on the other side. So I can just make a knot just over the spine. Actually making a lovely bow. Because it's a ribbon, so I want to decorate it. It looks more fancy if I do it this way. Cut it. And fold it. And there is our sketchbook. A note with different papers. You can use different mediums to work in it. Lovely middle here. You can use like pen and ink and pencil in this one. Watercolor maybe not, but yeah. On the outside you can like decorate the cover if you want to. Like put a piece over it to give it a name, like Anna's journal, but just figure it out. Well, you just saw me just messing about a bit, and I hope it just went a bit easier for you. I hope you made a lovely sketchbook and you're going to make some beautiful art in it.